in my estimation, and of course that's not important, what's important is your estimation, but in my estimation, she was tops. Clear winner, the way I heard it last night. Clear winner. We're picking out some sound bites to share with you from the debate, and we've been hearing Ben Carson and Carly Fiorina and Donald Trump, and where are we now? Jeb Bush and the Iran deal. Okay, the Iran deal, Jeb Bush weighing in.
A strategy would be, how do we confront Iran? And the first thing that we need to do is to reestablish our commitment to Israel, which has been tattered by this administration, and make sure that they have the most sophisticated weapons to send a signal to Iran that we have Israel's back. If we do that, it's going to create a healthier deterrent effect than anything else I can think of.
John Kasich, he was there. He says, can we stop the squabbling?
If I were sitting at home and watching this back and forth, I'd be inclined to turn it off. I mean, people at home want to know, across this country, they want to know what we're going to do to fix this place, how we're going to balance a budget, how we're going to create more economic growth, how we're going to pay down the debt, what we're going to do to strengthen the military. So we've just spent 10 minutes here.
We have a lot of issues coming up,
but
sir.
wait a minute, with a lot of ad hominem. Now, I know that it may be buzzing out there, but I think it's important we get to the issues, because that's what the people want, and they don't want all this fighting. Well,
you know, I thought that was weird for Kasich to say that, because it had just started, and we're only a few minutes into it, and the reason there was an exchange, a squabbling, is because the questioning was designed, it was very obvious, they wanted to know, one candidate thought on another, and it was designed to be a squabble, and it was only a few minutes into a 3-hour event, and Kasich saying, look, well, can we get to some issues, you know? Let's go to Frank in Bridgeville, who has never been a Donald Trump fan. And what did you think of his performance last night, as if I needed to ask you? Good morning.
Well, I think he looked like the 11-year-old who gets to sit at the adults' table.
Oh, really?
For the first time.
How do you still explain the men in the last half hour who are hanging tough with Trump? They love him, thought he did great. How do you explain that?
I don't know, Dan. I didn't hear them, but I mean, you're correct. CNN's, the moderators and the questions were designed in the beginning to draw Trump out to be Trump. Mm-hmm. He made some sideways remark about Rand Paul's looks after being asked about, a serious question, and that was his first response. He was full of vim and vigor when it was, personal attacks, and he was his usual vague self about what he would do as president. At one point, he was asked the question about the wall he keeps talking about. Could you please tell us how much it'll cost and how you'll do it? And all he said was he would do it. He didn't answer the question. But what was really telling was towards I'd say after the first half hour or maybe a little more, when they actually, the candidates started talking about policy and specifics, Donald Trump stood there silent. He didn't try to interrupt. He didn't try to interject. He just stood there and looked from one to the other like he was watching a tennis match, because he cannot, it's like I said to you, I think it was yesterday, if they drag him into the deep end of the pool, he's done. He cannot, people keep saying, oh, he's a businessman. That's great, he's a businessman. But politics are not business. And running government is not like running a business. There is a tradecraft to being, an elected leader. There is knowledge and systemic knowledge that Donald Trump doesn't have. Now, some people say, oh, that's great, he's an outsider, this or that. He will, if the sky opened up somehow and he became president, he is Barack Obama with bad hair. He is unqualified for the job.
Now, who, in your estimation, was the winner?
I think Jeb Bush did himself a lot of good. I think Scott Walker Scott Walker's, who is my pick right now. He tried to interject. I don't think he was forceful enough. Carly Fiorina had to have a good night. I think she had that good night, and I think she had the class move of the night when, again, CNN, drug up the personal attack that Trump made against her looks.
Right. And
all she said was, the women of America heard Donald Trump clearly.
Right.
And I think that was class. She didn't go in. She could have thrown some, joking quip about his hair or his looks or any the faces he was making, that kind of stuff. But she didn't. She took the class move. Of course, she had time to prepare. She knew the question was coming. But I think she also sounded presidential. I don't think she was real deep on policy and specifics, other than she.
I don't know. With the military stuff, Planned Parenthood stuff, military stuff, foreign policy, she was very specific about Iran and
Israel. Said what she would do on her first day. She was, she didn't get into specifics of how she would do it, and it's still early for that kind of stuff. And she was clawing for that space on the stage. She, as they said, she graduated to the A team last night.
No question.
And I think she deserves to stay there. I think she's going to get a definite bump in the poll. And if I could, real quick, Trump is plateaued in his percentage, his approval ratings in the polls. He's as high as he's going to go. As we see other candidates like Rick Perry and whoever else is next, because they'll start dropping out now.
Sure.
That support from Rick Perry and the other candidates will not go to Trump. His numbers are not going to go up. He is going to hold steady or start to drop as the field narrows. The other candidates will move towards him.
Right.
And when it gets down to he's got 25%, and two other candidates have 25%, and of course there's always the I don't know vote. I see Trump just fading away. He has no way to sustain this other than, and I'm sorry if I'm insulting people, the mean-spirited haters out there who think he's great and wonderful because he says mean-spirited.
Right. There you go. Thank you. That's the headline of your call here, in my estimation. You said a lot of great things, but I think Trump can't sustain himself except with the mean-spirited hater crowd. Okay? How about that? 839-1059. Albert in Millville, Delaware. You're next on the Dan Gaffney program at 7:19. Traffic watch after your call. Good morning, Albert.
Hey, good morning. I agree with the last caller. I am a fan of Trump, but I don't want him to be president. I like that he's out there bringing attention to the issues that most people in this country are concerned about, but he has more of a militant attitude towards fixing them, building walls, throwing all these people out of the country, that kind of stuff. I think Donald Trump is like basically a big firework. He goes up, ooh and ah, the explosion, but it quickly fades and is gone. And I believe that what you saw with Donald last night was he had spent the past week and a half being a bully and being arrogant, and then he gets to the show, and he's spending most of his time apologizing to Ben Carson, to Carly, to everybody else, because he's running around talking about people's looks. That's not what I care about. I could care less what somebody looks like.
All right, exit question. Was there a winner?
Yeah, I thought Carly looked good, and I like her demeanor. I like her attitude. I don't think Ben Carson is very presidential. And I think Bush was in there. Walker looked good. But Donald, I like your last caller. He's plateaued. He's at the top. He's only going to lose ground now to people.
All right.
And,
listen, that says it. Thank you, Albert. I got to run on that point. Look, if you're still a Trump supporter, what do you think of the last couple of callers? Are they right or are they wrong? The debate last night, GOP debate at the Reagan Library on CNN. Was there a winner? What do you think? 839-1059.
You know, it's interesting to me. Mr. Trump said that he heard Mr. Bush very clearly and what Mr. Bush said. I think women all over this country heard very clearly what Mr. Trump said.
I think she's got a beautiful face, and I think she's a beautiful woman.
All right, here's Traffic Watch at Delaware 105.9. Robin Bryson is here.
Dan, traffic still runs pretty well around the region this morning. A little bit of busy activity in Seaford along 13 through Concord Road and up through Herring Run Road. You'll see, again, a little bit of an increase in activity, but not a bad ride this morning. The 113 corridor's doing okay through Dagsboro and Millsboro. We'll head on up into Georgetown. Keep in mind, in Milford, northbound 113 at Route 14, left-hand lane's blocked there. And then just north of there, the overpass from 113 on Route 1 northbound closed off for construction. The detours are posted to get around that construction zone. In and out of Dover, normal busy activity along 13, both north and southbound. I'm Robin Bryson with Traffic Watch on Delaware 105.9.
All right, let's go to our meteorologist, Steve Williams. He's here with your complete forecast.
Today, mostly sunny with a high of 81. It'll be clear tonight and a low at 62. Tomorrow, sunshine with a high of 80. It'll be clear and humid tomorrow night, low 62. And then sunny and humid on Saturday with a high once again at 80. Clear and humid for Saturday night, low 67. And then partly to mostly sunny, a humid day on Sunday with a high of 80. I'm Steve Williams in the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center.
All right, 723, Delaware 105.9, 63 degrees, Rehoboth Beach, Lewis at 59, Milford, 59 degrees.
Good morning, Delmarva. This is Pastor Mike Mills from Freedom Worship Center. I want to invite you to join me each and every Sunday morning right here on Delaware 105.9 at 7:30 a.m. as I continue our series, The Joy-Filled Life. You can also listen to us via podcast by going to the Delaware 105.9 homepage, click on Freedom Worship Center, and listen to my whole series of podcasts. You can also join us at Freedom Worship Center every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. for our new Sunday service times. We're located at 22033 Shockley Road in Milford, Delaware. You can also join us every Wednesday night for our midweek service at 7 p.m. as we do our series, Survivor. A lot of great ways to connect. You can watch all of our Sunday messages on faithchannel.com or again on our webpage at freedomworship.net. We look forward to connecting with you. We'll see you this Sunday. Be blessed.
Delaware is reacting with me on the telephone to the debate last night, the Republican candidate debate. What do you think? Was there a winner? Was there a loser? Road Dog. Hey, Road Dog. Off the chain with the Road Dog. Good morning.
What's going on, my brother?
Good to have you here, man.
Let me ask you something. So if the Donald's gone, and now we can get down to brass tacks, I think that Ben Carson makes some great points. You know who I really like, though? Who? I like Chris Christie. I like Chris Christie. He's a no-nonsense guy. But see, Donald's trying to upstage him right now. But Christie, he's the type of guy, he makes up his mind. He says what he wants to say, do what he wants to do, and he's not one to fold. So I think I would rather have a guy like that. Plus, he has a proven track record.
Well, that's what he said last night. He said, look, all these people talking about outsiders, I'm the true outsider, and he had a track record to back that up, he said. I don't know if you heard that soundbite, but let's let everybody hear it, Road Dog. Here, you can hear it too, but hold on one second. Here's what he's talking about. Here's what Road Dog's talking about, Chris Christie last night.
I am a Republican in New Jersey. I wake up every morning as an outsider. I wake up every morning with a Democratic legislature who's trying to beat my head in and fight me because I'm trying to bring conservative change to a state that needed it desperately. And so everyone can talk up here about their credentials, but the bottom line is every morning I get up, I vetoed 400 bills from a crazy liberal Democratic legislature. Not one of them has been overridden. I vetoed more tax increases than any governor in American history, according to Americans for Tax Reform. What folks want in this country is somebody to go down there and get the job done. And that's exactly what I'll do. So I know this much, that what the American people want to hire right now is somebody who believes in them and believes that they are the ones who can fix our country. I will be the vessel through which they can fix this country. But it's not about me. It's about all of you.
So that resonates with you. You like that?
Hey, you know what? I love that. You know why? Because isn't the government for the people, by the people? Isn't that what the government's supposed to be doing?
That's right.
The government is supposed to work for the people. These other people, these other politicians, they're working for themselves, to get their own pensions, to send their own kids to college, and make sure their own special interest people get taken care of. I mean, New Jersey was a mess. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and Christie took care of New Jersey, and still taking care of New Jersey, even though he's running for president. So if you guys are looking for a great man that has some track record behind him instead of this sideshow, you need to look at Chris Christie, because he's seriously been doing the J.O.B. He ain't about no bull.
Thank you. Road Dog from the Lewis area. He's about the J.O.B. talking Chris Christie. All right, thanks for your call. You're next at 839-1059. Was there a winner?
Doing all right. A little driving on a Saturday night.
Sales, service, training? There's no better place to come than Shooter's Choice. Shooter's Choice offers you everything you'll need from training to shooting sports, firearms, and accessories. Browse their large selection of shotguns, hard-to-find guns, supplies, and accessories for men and women. If they don't have it, they can get it. Shooter's Choice offers professional service for every gun they sell. They also offer several firearm safety courses and Delaware's concealed carry class monthly, with information on all the safety and instructional classes you need to operate your handgun safely. Don't miss visiting shooterschoicede.com and take advantage of their weekday specials, like half-price range time, firearms and ammunition specials, and even accessory specials. Shooter's Choice, Delaware's first choice in firearms. Open every day and located across from the Walmart in Dover. Online at shooterschoicede.com.
Always on target. Shooter's Choice. Yeah, yeah. Shooter's Choice. Always on target.
For your next vacation, turn your to-do list into a to-da list. Cruise on Royal Caribbean's Grandeur of the Seas from Baltimore or Liberty of the Seas from Bayonne, and no airfare is required. Also, the brand new Anthem of the Seas will be sailing from Bayonne in November. There's only one word to describe this ship: wow. Dynamic dining, family-friendly staterooms, skydiving at sea, bumper cars, and the list goes on. So why wait another minute? Book now for the best offers. Contact Bethany Travel at 800-806-TRIP to reserve your stateroom today. 800-806-TRIP. You have the chance to sail the seas with Royal Caribbean, and best of all, you can sail from the Port of Baltimore or Bayonne and no airfares needed. Royal Caribbean has great pricing, and Bethany Travel can assist you every step of the way. Even a cell number provided for after-hours emergency, and the best part, you get the same price as the internet with excellent customer service. Visit Bethany Travel online at bethanytravel.net or call 800-806-8747 to get on board.
Live local news and a CBS News update every hour on the hour throughout your busy day. We've got you covered every day. Delaware 105.9.
Right. Every half hour as well, we give you an update at Delaware 105.9. Kelly Steele coming up with a local report after we check in with CBS News, keeping you up to date here at 7:31 on Delaware 105.9. Good morning.
CBS News update from last night's Republican presidential debate in California. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie weighs in. He told CBS this morning that Donald Trump and Carly Fiorina were engaged.
What they were doing was getting into kind of the typical personal food fight.
And you were forced to file for bankruptcy not once,
I never filed
not
for
twice,
bankruptcy.
4 times. Why should we trust you
Mr.
to
I'll tell you
manage
why.
the
It's very
finances
simple.
of this nation
I tell you,
any differently
I
than you
was
manage
running-
the finances
Carly,
of your casinos?
They were, going tit for tat with each other. That adds nothing to people's knowledge about what kind of president you would be.
Donald Trump the morning after on MSNBC.
I thought I was treated fairly. I thought I was on too much. I felt badly for everybody else because every question had to do with me.
After watching the debate on CNN, University of Virginia political scholar Larry Sabato came away with this.
The person who did the best by far was Carly Fiorina. I think she's the one clear winner from the debate.
That said,
did this reshuffle the race? Not particularly.
CBS News Update, I'm Dave Barrett.
And Delaware 105.9 News Time, 7:32. Good morning, everyone. I'm Kelly Steele. 2 jockeys sent to the hospital after being thrown from their horses at Delaware Park. According to Newcastle County paramedics, 19-year-old Christian Navarro and 37-year-old Ricardo Chiappi were racing at the horse track in Stanton yesterday when they were suddenly thrown off their horses. Both men taken to Christiana Hospital. They are in stable condition. A Mardello Springs, Maryland man is indicted for murdering his uncle, according to online court documents. 31-year-old William Harkin was indicted Monday on 4 charges, including first and second degree murder and first and second degree assault. Back in July, Maryland State Police say they responded to an urgent call on Sneathen Church Road. Police say the victim, 62-year-old Lee Harkin, was found lying in a watermelon field with obvious trauma to his head. He later died. Delaware 105.9 News Time, 7:33.
Be sure to play the ultimate football pool on our website, Delaware105.9.com. Presented by Nicola Pizza on the Avenue, Upper Deck Sports Bar. Each week, our top scorer will win a $30 gift certificate courtesy of Nicola Pizza on the Avenue, Upper Deck Sports Bar. Offering 2 stories of great dining with an excellent view of downtown Rehoboth. Enjoy great food and drink specials during all pro and college football games. And bet, watch, and win with the Delaware Sports Lottery now at Nicola Pizza on the Avenue, Upper Deck Sports Bar. And be sure to play the ultimate football pool every week at Delaware105.9.com.
If your home or apartment was built before 1978, renovations can spread lead paint dust that can cause children 6 and under to grow up with behavior issues and even severe learning disabilities. If you're having work done, the EPA now requires that your contractor be lead safe certified. Don't let lead paint take away your child's future before it even begins.
Now I know my
For a certified contractor, visit leadsafedelaware.org or call 1-800-464-4357. Brought to you by Delaware Health and Social Services.
We are the guys you call when there's a sense of urgency because your roof is leaking. We are the guys you call when you're just ready to update your style. We are Spicer Brothers Construction, and we will get it done right the first time. Ask about our great warranties and financing options. With Spicer Brothers Construction, you are serviced by the area's leading GAF Master Elite Roofing Contractor. We are not here to install your next roof. We are here to install your last roof, because at the end of the day, this is the sign you want in your yard.
Hi folks, Alan Thicke here. You know, some things in life are just too serious to take chances on, and owing money to the IRS is definitely one of those. The IRS has the power to garnish your paycheck, they can levy your bank account, even take your home or business. Seriously. Thankfully, with one simple call, you can start solving your tax debt once and for all. Optima Tax Relief is the leading tax resolution firm in the nation. They have over 250 professionals. They have an A rating with the Better Business Bureau and the trust of thousands of satisfied clients. Optima's attorneys can immediately protect you from aggressive collections because they are experts in the Fresh Start Initiative. That's a special IRS debt forgiveness program that could save you thousands. Don't wait till it's too late. Get serious. Call Optima now for your free consultation.
Call 800-956-6166. 800-956-6166. 800-956-6166. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Come take advantage of the Sunfest savings at Berlin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Take $12,000 off with any trade on select new 2015 Ram trucks in stock. Crew cabs, 4x4s, even the Ram 1500. Take $12,000 off at MSRP. And Berlin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will take any trade, even if you still owe thousands on it. New 2015 Jeep Renegade Sport, just $249 per month lease. Have a job clearing $350 a week? We want to approve your credit today. 2015 Chrysler 200, Grand Caravans, even the all-new Jeep Renegade, just $249 per month lease.
Remember, Jim wants to see you in the coolest small town in America, Berlin, Maryland.
Berlin Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Old Ocean City Boulevard, Berlin, Maryland.
Qualified buyers. Credit may affect terms. Balance of trade carried over to new loan. Discount based on MSRP of $47,835 with $4,500 factory rebates to dealer and $7,500 dealer discount. Model number DS6H98. Renegade 42-month, 10,000 mile per year lease. No security deposit plus tax tag dealer processing. Offers not in combination.
Remember Jared Morris today at 3 on Delaware 105.9.
All right, we want to hear from you this morning. Was there a winner in the Republican presidential debate last night? What'd you think of the candidates? Did somebody look like a winner to you? Anything to say about that? How about loser? Was there a loser last night? 839-1059, 839-1059. People calling in to say, this candidate did well. I still back Trump, or I don't back Trump, or whatever. Let's hear more from the candidates. I have a few more sound bites here. Mike Huckabee on Supreme Court stuff.
No, I don't think he's on the wrong side of such an issue. Jeb is a friend. I'm not up here to fight with Jeb or to fight with anybody else. But I am here to fight for somebody who is a county clerk elected under the Kentucky Constitution that 75% of the people of that state had voted for, that said that marriage was between a man and a woman. The Supreme Court, in a very, very divided decision, decided out of thin air that they were just going to redefine marriage. It's a decision that the other justices in dissent said they didn't have, and there wasn't a constitutional shred of capacity for them to do it. I thought that everybody here passed ninth grade civics. The courts cannot legislate. It's what Roberts said, but heck, it's what we learned in civics. The courts can't make a law. They can interpret one, they can review one. They can't implement it, they can't force it. But here's what happened. Because the courts just decided that something was going to be, and people relinquished it, and the other two branches of government sat by silently. I thought we had three branches of government. They were all equal to each other. We had separation of powers, and we had checks and balances. If the court can just make a decision and we just all surrender to it, we have what Jefferson said was judicial tyranny.
Mike Huckabee. Here's Rand Paul. Rand Paul mixed it up with Donald Trump a little bit last night. He says Rand Paul, they were asked, what do you think of Donald Trump's finger on the nuclear button, with his temperament? And it got to Rand Paul. Rand Paul doesn't want Donald Trump to have the control of nukes.
I think his response, his visceral response to attack people on their appearance, short, tall, fat, ugly, my goodness, that happened in junior high. Are we not way above that? Would we not all be worried to have someone like that in charge of the nuclear arsenal?
Mr. Trump.
Oh, what do you think about that? Does he have a point, Rand Paul? Let's hear that again.
I think his response, his visceral response to attack people on their appearance, short, tall, fat, ugly, my goodness, that happened in junior high. Are we not way above that? Would we not all be worried to have someone like that in charge of the nuclear arsenal?
Okay, 839-1059. Was there a winner in your estimation last night? We are live on the radio, and thank you very much for taking time out of your busy life to listen to the Dan Gaffney program. Living large here, thanks to you and your phone calls. We are also on the internet, of course. If you have an Android device, go to the Apple or the Google Play Store and get the Delaware 105.9 app. If you have an Apple product, a tablet of some sort, or an iPhone, you can go to the Apple Store or our website and download an Apple Android or an Apple. It's an Apple app, okay? We've got that too. Whatever. Hey, we're on camera today too. If you'd like to see the in-studio happenings of the show, we're live streaming till 8 o'clock in the morning on a 3-camera setup on YouTube. YouTube does live streaming, and we are featured there. If you search on YouTube, The Dan Gaffney Show, it's the live stream. The one today where I'm wearing a pink and white shirt. Okay, let's go to Sean. Sean in Pittsville is on the air. Hello, Sean.
Good morning, Dan. Watching last night for substance, I believe that Mr. Kasich came out well on top of everybody else as far as proving his past history and what he's been involved in. And I think when he slammed it home by bringing up the point that when he left the financial committee, how far ahead we were in the economy in 1999. Listening to everything else was just kind of just hodgepodge and bickering to me.
Very good. Thank you so much for the call. And you're on Delaware 105.9. Let's see. It's Scott in Milton. Hi, Scott.
Morning, Dan.
Good morning.
Well, I had a couple favorites last night. I do believe that Carly was dominant on stage last night with all her points and things. I'm not a Carly favorite, but I think she did very well.
I agree. She dominated. Yes.
And I liked Ben Carson. I liked that he outlined some of his plans and policies. And he also set CNN straight when they put him on the spot about, well, Dr. Carson, you said this, and he was asking another candidate, what they thought of what Dr. Carson said, and he said, whoa, wait a minute. That is not exactly what I said, but let me tell you what I said. And, he clarified things, and I like the fact that he kept his composure. He didn't get real defensive, and he wasn't trying to interject like some of the other ones when they got bent out of shape over something. I like that about Ben Carson. And finally, I like Chris Christie in his closing remark. Talked about the middle class, that he finally wanted to bring justice and a level playing field to the middle class. And that really resonated with me because I feel like we're the ones getting beat up more than anybody right now in America.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you very much for your view of last night. Now, Dave in Harrington will be interested to know what you thought of it all, Dave.
Well, good morning, Dan.
Good morning.
I did not listen to it, to the debate. I went to bed to get my rest. But here's what I'm thinking. Every person last night was a winner. In their own mind, they were winners, and they thought they were doing the best job. As far as I'm concerned, Christie or Trump. And as far as Trump not having the ability to know what to do in the government, the way the others have done, he can soon learn. So that's my opinion.
So you think that's okay? You don't have any kind of policy or whatever. You figure it out as you go along.
Yeah, figure it out as I go along and listen to people. When you listen instead of talking a lot of times, you can learn more.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way I feel.
You see Donald Trump as a good listener, not a talker?
I think it could be both.
Okay. All right, because I usually, when someone describes Donald Trump, they usually don't use the phrase, hey, he's a good listener.
Right. I think he could be both, depending on the time that he wants to listen or talk. And but we need a new person in there. We need somebody to give them a chance. The ones that've been in there now, that's been there for years, they need to get out and let somebody new come in. Maybe they can help this world out some.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I don't think we heard from Ted Cruz in the montage of candidates last night. Let's get him on. Ted Cruz says he will defund Planned Parenthood.
Well, let me tell you, Dan, number one, I'm proud to stand for life. These Planned Parenthood videos are horrifying. I would encourage every American to watch these videos. See senior Planned Parenthood officials callously, heartlessly bartering and selling the body parts of human beings. And then ask yourself, are these my values? These are horrifying. On these videos, Planned Parenthood also essentially confesses to multiple felonies. It is a felony with 10 years jail term to sell the body parts of unborn children for profit. That's what these videos show Planned Parenthood doing. Absolutely. We shouldn't be sending $500 million of taxpayer money to funding an ongoing criminal enterprise. And I'll tell you, the fact that Republican leadership in both houses has begun this discussion by preemptively surrendering to Barack Obama and saying, we'll give in because Obama threatens a veto. Obama's committed to his principles, his liberal principles. He will fight for them. He says, I will veto any budget that doesn't fund Planned Parenthood, and Republicans surrender. We need to stop surrendering and start standing for our principles.
Hey, he's right about that. I like that little rant. All right, let's go to Jim Weller, Weller's Utility Trailers. Good morning, Jim. How are you?
Real good, Dan, and I wanted to let people know that we have a lot of things on sale. It's getting towards the end of the year. We're starting our year-end wind down of inventory, and if you've never been to Wellers.com, I encourage you to go there, click on where it says ads, and then just thumb through the different ads of all the different things we have on sale. One of the biggest promotions we have had this year, we've done it 2 times. This is now, I think, the 3rd time, is where if you buy a trailer, you get merchandise free. So many people come in, they think there's a catch, they think there's a gimmick. It's a real deal. But then we also have a lot of things that are just clearance items, just like our wood splitter. We want to get rid of this, and we've got some wooden hangers and a gas chainsaw and just a lot of gas-free chainsaw, but just a lot of different things. Kayaks, we've got garden hoses, we've got a 20-pound box of 4-penny nails for $3.50. So if you've never been to Wellers in Bridgeville, you're invited to stop in. No charge for parking, share, free sunshine, and lots of free advice. But you can go to Wellers.com and see all of the ads. So that's what I'm encouraging you to do. Everything.
Okay, that's Wellers. Jim's breaking up there at the end, but that's Wellers Utility Trailers, Route 13, Bridgeville, Delaware, and Wellers.com. Jim will be with us tomorrow when we broadcast the program live from Jimmy's Grill. You're invited to come by Jimmy's Grill tomorrow. Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville, Delaware, Route 13. We'll have open microphone time for you, special guests, talk about some of the news of the week with the Gaffney group, those folks, including you maybe, that hang out and come join us around the breakfast table tomorrow. Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville. We'll see you there tomorrow. We're asking if you think there was a winner last night, the Republican debate, and a loser. What'd you think of the whole night? I actually listened to it. I stayed up a little late last night. I'm enjoying your calls about it. Ryan Cunningham this is something completely different. He works at Abbott's, right? Abbott's on Broad Creek in Laurel. It's a restaurant. Now, so he's a local restaurant guy from Abbott's Grill. I love Abbott's Grill, by the way, and this is Abbott's in Laurel. Listen to this. He says, I need your help, Dan. Sent me a message, and I'm happy to help. That's why I'm taking time right now to tell you about this. I need your help. Not sure if you're aware, but I'm competing in a nationwide Thomas's English Muffin Breakfast Battle. 135 selected chefs from across the country. We currently sit 4th nationwide in total votes, which have been gained only through social media and a brief chat on Eagle Radio with Petch and Amy. I was wondering if you could start encouraging your huge fan base to vote for our Apple Scrapple English Muffin. It would be huge for Delaware, big for Sussex and Laurel and Abbott's, and of course, Scrapple. What you do is you go to thomasbreakfastbattle.com. Let me click on that. thomasbreakfastbattle.com. 135 chefs. He's saying we're number 4. He's number 4. There he is, Ryan Cunningham, Laurel, Delaware. Gonna vote for him. Oh, you have to register? Ooh. Log in. Email, password, login, register. Okay, I'll do it later. Can't do it while I'm on the air. thomasbreakfastbattle.com. Vote for Ryan Cunningham. It would be cool. It'd be great for Delaware and Scrapple if we were the winner. And out of 135, we're number 4. So you could do it. Show those people. Who's number 1? Let me see. Hold on, Big Ray. Be cool if a local chef could win. A guy in Green Bay, Wisconsin is number 1. A guy in Buffalo or a woman in Buffalo is number 2. Somebody in Illinois is number 3. And Ryan Cunningham, number 4. Breathing down Ryan's neck is a guy in Lancaster, PA, Drew James. Then a guy from San Diego, Kansas City, and on down the list. We're number 4 in the leaderboard, round 1. He advanced. Okay, so there's only 16 left out of the 135. Ryan Cunningham of Laurel, number 4. We want him to win this thing. I do. ThomasBreakfastBattle.com. All right, Big Ray, good morning.
Hey, I think that's a fantastic event with Thomas's English Muffins, and I'm surely going to vote for our local chef, and I can't wait to get out of the vehicle and look that up.
Yeah, man.
But you know what? You know what? I think we need a new, the world's most interesting man on the Dos Equis commercial?
Yes.
Jim Weller. I follow Jim Weller on Facebook, and that is, for me, is the world's most interesting man. Have you seen what he does in the course of a day? I mean, who's running the store? But that's a different subject. But this guy does all kinds of stuff for being a local guy. He's everywhere.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah. And as far as politics go, every time we elect someone for president, I'm never really satisfied. There's always something that's left out in my heart that I think is not just getting attention. So Carly Fiorino, the Dr. Ben, and Trump, any one of those three, I would like to see. Everybody else could go home. I really don't want a career politician running our country again. I want somebody who sits with us, who doesn't take any money from anybody and things of that nature. I'm tired of having the same thing over and over again. Like Carly Fiorino said, it's just over and over again. I would trust one of those three. I don't care what. I'm a Republican. I'll give it all up for one of them. Give it all up. That's it.
Thank you. Great comment. Great comment. That's why they're doing so well. I think that sentiment echoes throughout the land, in my opinion. In 2015, I think what Ray is saying is a very common feeling. 839-1059. You may disagree with that or agree. You are welcome to call. We'd love to hear what you think. That's what we're doing here. We're also checking Traffic Watch. Here is Robin Bryson.
Dan, traffic's been running pretty well around the region this morning. Normal busy activity in and out of Dover along 13, both north and southbound. Nothing to be too concerned with, though, through that whole stretch. So you do have the construction continues on Route 10 between the Gateway South Shopping Center and Pine Cabin Road. The right lane's closed in both directions there until November 1st. Just use a little bit of caution through the construction zone. Sussex County, you've been doing well. 113 through Georgetown, down through Millsboro and Dagsboro. Moving along fairly well. The 13 corridor is also in fairly good shape through Bridgeville and Seaford and down into Laurel. Near Seaford, Railroad crossing at Ross Station Road is closed until midnight tonight. They hope to get things reopened by then. Just use some caution. Watch for the detours in effect in the area. I'm Robin Bryson with Traffic Watch on Delaware 105.9.
It's like having a CBS News app right there on your dashboard. Check in for a quick update on the hour throughout your busy day. Thanks for making the switch. Delaware 105.9.
Today, mostly sunny with a high of 81. It'll be clear tonight and a low at 62. Tomorrow, sunshine with a high of 80. It'll be clear and humid tomorrow night, low 62. And then sunny and humid on Saturday with a high once again at 80. Clear and humid for Saturday night, low 67. And then partly to mostly sunny, a humid day on Sunday with a high of 80. I'm Steve Williams in the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center.
One call, Red does it all.
Peninsula wants to thank you for singing our praises. Since March, customers have posted more than 300 Perfect 10 reviews online, and we couldn't be more proud. If you have a plumbing problem, you want someone right away to take care of it. That's what we do at Peninsula. From old pipe repairs to new construction, if it concerns water, it concerns us. Get upfront pricing, work by highly trained master plumbers, work guaranteed for a full year, all by a locally owned family-run business since 1935.
One call, Red does it all.
Schedule your whole home winterization for as low as $250 today.
One call, Red does it all.
Plumbing, heating, air conditioning, propane gas logs and fireplaces, oil delivery and trash pickup, residential or commercial. It's just one call to Peninsula. Go to callrednow.com. That's callrednow.com, and we'll have you singing our praises too.
One call, Red does it all.
Come take advantage of the Sunfest savings at Berlin Chevy. Take $12,000 off with any trade on select new 2015 Chevy Silverados in stock. Colorado, Tahoe, Suburban, Impalas, Malibus, Cruises, even the 2015 Silverado 2500 HD. Take $12,000 off. Have a job clearing $350 a week? Berlin Chevy wants to approve you for the credit you deserve. 2015 Chevy Cruze, just $167 per month lease. Plus, we'll take any trade, even if you still owe thousands on it. Take $12,000 off with any trade on select new 2015 Chevy Silverados in stock.
Remember, Jim wants to see you in the littlest, coolest town in America, Berlin, Maryland.
Berlin Chevy, find new roads on Old Ocean City Boulevard, Berlin, Maryland.
Qualified buyers, credit may affect terms. Balance of trade carried over to new loan. Discount based on MSRP of $58,650 with $8,798 factory rebates to dealer and $3,202 dealer discount. Stock number 3725. Cruise 36 month, 10,000 mile per year lease. No security deposit plus tax tag dealer processing. Offers not in combination.
When you're backed up, call Central Backhoe. That's Central Backhoe Services. Toilet won't flush, you need to call us at Central Backhoe Services. We'll pump your septic, repair and install. When something doesn't smell right, you know who to call. Get a good flow from Central Backhoe. That's Central Backhoe Services. When it's a no-go, call Central Backhoe. Central Backhoe Services.
It could be a simple septic repair, or maybe something a little more complex. No matter what your situation is, Central Backhoe Services, your full-service, licensed, experienced wastewater system professional, can help. Contact them at 398-6420 or visit their website at centralseptic.com. Central Backhoe Services, locally owned and operated, serving Delaware's septic and excavation needs for over 20 years.
When it's a no-go, call Central Backhoe. Central Backhoe Services.
All right, I took the time to vote for Ryan Cunningham on that Thomas's English Muffin thing. I hope you'll do it too. ThomasBreakfastBattle.com. He has a video on the contest site.
It's Ryan Cunningham, chef owner of Abbott's on Broad Creek in the booming metropolis of Laurel, Delaware. And this is how we toast up our morning with a apple scrapple Thomas's English Muffin.
Right. And I voted for him, and you can do the same. Good morning. It's news time coming up on 8 a.m. on the Dan Gaffney
Local news
program.
First on Delaware 105.9.
Delaware 105.9 news time is 7:59. Good morning, everyone. I'm Kelly Steele from the Weather Center. Mostly sunny, although I'm hearing maybe some clouds at the beaches right now. We've got mostly sunny skies here at the Newsplex in Milford. A high of 81 degrees. Congressman John Carney running for Delaware governor. The 59-year-old Democrat announcing yesterday that he's filed paperwork to launch a gubernatorial campaign committee. I'll tell you more about that, have some comments from the congressman right after CBS News. A magistrate with the Justice of the Peace Court in Delaware has been found not guilty of assaulting his now ex-wife. 47 ABC reporting that a complaint was filed against 44-year-old Christopher Bradley this past June when his now ex-wife claimed he hit her after a counseling session in Wicomico County last year. You can read more about that on our website at Delaware 105.9. He was found not guilty yesterday. From the first town in the first state, this is WXDE Lewis.
Delaware 105.9.
It's 8 o'clock.
CBS News, I'm Frank Centopani. The second Republican presidential debate proved to be a 3-hour slugfest